Why are you poor shaming me? Okay. You came from the same economic background. You should understand.
Yo, all my shoes were too big. Okay, they were never too small.
Nah. Oh yeah, what I wanted to talk
grow
about.
into them.
Okay, maybe we can talk about here. I don't know if it'll even make the cut, but like, did you see this Muslim girl on TikTok, this Jabi girl on TikTok, who's recently been putting up like really controversial like tips,
yeah,
quote unquote tips.
I saw
for
someone sent
how to
that
treat
me.
your husband.
Yeah,
And I've only seen granted, I've only seen 2, and both of them that I've seen, one of them I got like.
I really want to say what she said, but I don't want this to be like. Will we get like demonetized for saying it?
I don't think so. Like she didn't even say it explicitly. Technically,
she literally said, "Can I say it?"
She like okay. What we're talking about, just for the audio listeners.
I think her thing is like it's called like marriage is halal or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But basically, I feel okay. So she's basically giving out tips for marriage and how to satisfy your man, and most of her tips end with her getting on her knees. Just to give you an idea.
Can I say what she said? Because at first that was not what I thought she was going to say.
Of course, yeah. It's really okay. What do you think she was going to say?
She literally was like, every morning? Every morning, this is verbatim what she said.
Yeah.
Maybe not verbatim, but she's like, every morning before my husband goes to work, I suck some love into him.
Yeah.
I
get on my knees.
Oh,
and
yeah. She specifies that she gets on her knees. And I was like, what did you just say?
Yeah.
But the video that I got on my For You page was like another guy was like, what is she doing? Like, why are you
That's the one I got. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we got the same
video. But
video.
the thing is that like I feel like she's trolling and she's doing this because she knows the reaction she's going to get. Because
really?
Religiously that also makes no sense cuz okay, like the best example would be like the one that I kind of made me double think is she's like, yeah, after my husband gets out of the shower, I like to get on my knees and basically do the same thing, like I don't know, make him happy, whatever. And in my head I'm like, wait, if he's taking a shower and he gets out and she does that, wouldn't he have to get back into the shower and perform ghusl again?
Yeah.
And then I was like, but then again, if he's leaving for work, and this is I'm guessing a practicing Muslim husband that she has, wouldn't he also have to make ghusl the moment before he even leaves the door?
But not all of her videos are like that. Like I've seen ones where they're just like, it's just the normal, like generic advice.
But that's why I feel like she's doing it for attention, because maybe she was like seeing that her other videos, or maybe her other videos weren't getting as much attention. So she's like, okay, let me put out some like really wild stuff out there that makes no sense.
I don't agree with that though, because like in Islam, you're not even supposed to speak about like intimacy between a husband and a wife, like publicly to other people. If you're giving,
that's great. That's
if someone's
obvious.
Asking you for advice, like you can share that in a private setting, but to like speak about what you do with your spouse is just like. And I know like in our times today, there's the whole like sexual liberation and like, power to whatever people say.
That's not us though.
I know, but I'm saying like in the West, that stuff is encouraged, and to speak about it openly, like we have sex ed in school, like it's all over TV, like, you know what I mean? Like it's out there, but in Islam, like we're taught to be modest and to keep, like a lot of things have to be kept private. Like not everything needs to be out there for everyone to know. But I feel like
that's like stating the obvious. Like I think that's why when I'm saying that it's stating the obvious, like I'm pretty sure she's not a dumb lady. Like she knows what she's doing. I'm not maybe because you're giving her the benefit of the doubt.
No. I agree. I think she's really trying to play that whole like, I'm innocent and I'm just giving you advice.
So you've seen her other videos then?
Yeah, I've seen a couple.
Has her husband ever like gotten on camera?
No, it's just her. It's in that same background all the time.
That's making me think like
she probably doesn't have a husband.
She probably doesn't have a husband.
But she has a whole website, like a whole
But my mind even went to like, okay, I can't even say it, but like someone who is a practicing or even a Muslim in general kind of knows these things inherently, and they know how they wouldn't make sense. So the fact that she's like spewing this stuff out, like, have you seen her other videos where she's quoting like Islamic scripture or anything related to Islam, or is she just saying something with a hijab on?
No, like she talks about like polygamy and how having multiple wives is a good thing.
Yeah, because that was another thing that she got in trouble for. Not in trouble for, but people were calling out for, is that like she was saying how it's actually good, and she was encouraging people to take part in polygamy, and like she was saying that this is like her looking for a second wife for her husband was like a good thing. And then I think someone else actually reacted to it. That's how I got it, because a lot of the times that I think I've seen her videos like back in the day, like maybe once or twice, you know, when you find yourself in that Muslim TikTok algorithm.
Yeah.
But like when she mentioned that, the guy was like, but there's a story of the Prophet where it's somewhere related with the Prophet and Aisha, I believe. Was it Aisha? Where basically she was jealous of him leaving him for one of the other wives or something like that.
Him leaving her, you mean?
Yeah, like because she, you know, is a prophet. You want to be with the prophet as much time as you can. And he used that. I forget the complete details, but essentially that was like an example of how it shouldn't be something that you as a wife are looking for. Like you should have some feeling of protection for your husband in a way where, like, even if he does have a second wife, like you shouldn't actively be looking for more wives for him, if that makes sense. He was using that as a story to basically relate that, like, you shouldn't be actively looking for a second wife for your husband. You should, if he's satisfied with you, you should be good with that. But I don't know, that was just and like we fall for it so easly.
I feel like you know what's funny though is that I feel like a lot of guys who got that video, like guys who fantasize about polygamy but maybe actually can't follow through with it, they're probably like, no, that's a real woman. Like,
I think that's who she's shooting for. That's the audience she's shooting for. Maybe she already had a large female audience.
Interesting angle, but okay.
Yeah, you know, the male Muslim, because like there's the same guys who would follow her. I feel like the same guys who would like chastise any hijabi TikToker for like having like maybe a slight of a hijab like open here and be like, you're not wearing your hijab properly. These are the same guys who leave those type of comments. I feel like are the ones who follow her.
Yeah. Like
these guys who are like ignorant about the rules and feel like they can pick and choose whatever they choose to follow, and what they say in our like are probably the worst examples of us.
Well, the video, that video that I saw, like it was like a stitch where like someone responds to her.
Yeah.
And the guy was basically saying like, why are you putting out videos like this? Because all of the men who watched your video are now wishing that you were like, they were wishing that you were their wife.
Yeah.
Like you're making people fantasize about you, which is like the total opposite of what you should be doing in Islam. You know what I mean? So, I mean, weird flex, but okay, you know, her vibe is her vibe.
No, I'm not.
I'm condoning it. I'm not encouraging it. I'm just saying it's weird, but like I can't. What I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna leave a comment and be like, take this video down. Like
you can report the page.
Yeah, but if you, unless you have grounds for reporting, like you could then be banned from TikTok, right? Like that's
you can just make a fake account. Honestly, that's actually a big issue on TikTok now, where a lot of left-leaning TikTokers are getting banned off the platform because there's like a coalition of like right wingers who are making accounts and like mass reporting them and getting their accounts banned.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
So like now there's a war going on where people are like mass reporting accounts and getting them banned. I think there was like that can also be taken in like a negative way, where there was a case where there was this boy, a young kid who loves comics and like and you know, comics and anything related to comics, like, you know, the Avengers, Marvels, all that kind of stuff. He was really into that.
Your vibe.
Yeah, exactly. And he was like making these breakdown videos and reacting to comments and like giving his commentary on it.
Wholesome stuff.
Yeah. And he had one of his videos blow up, and his idol, I guess, in that realm saw it, and he's like, I want to make this kid big too. I want to blow him up. So he like reposted him, and he like talked about him on his own page, and this was like a big Marvel fan reactor. And just this also is a part of it. They're both black, right?
Okay.
So when he did that, because there are so many, he's had some like controversial takes, or not controversial, but like takes that didn't go well, because unfortunately a lot of the comic and nerd community is a lot of white guys, and that includes a lot of racist white guys. So whenever you mention something that's related to people being black and like representation in this comic realm or movie realm, they immediately like hate you and start reporting you. So when they saw that he was supporting this boy, they're like, nah, we're not gonna let this boy thrive. We're not gonna let him win too. So they started mass reporting this boy, and got his page banned. And then
the poor kid.
Yeah, and then that larger TikToker, he's like, no, we can't let this happen. So he started speaking to all of his followers. He made a video for all his followers, be like, hey guys, we're gonna get this boy back on TikTok, and we're gonna get him a second page and grow his channel again. He did that. They banned it again because they mass supported him. I think they went through it like 4 or 5 times. And all these like racist white dudes just came through and started like mass reporting the account. And of course, TikTok isn't going to look into individual reports.
Yeah.
And they probably should after like 2 or 3 times of it happening.
Right.
But TikTok doesn't care. As long as they're making money, they're making the money. They don't care.
Up. That's messed up.
Yeah, but that shows you like how the reporting option on TikTok can be abused as well.
So it's not like Instagram where it's like very specific, like you have to say like what they're doing and then they go through a review process.
Maybe you do, but like these guys are so racist and so like stuck in their racist ideology that they will go through all that work just to make a point.
Dang, if they hate you, they really hate you. Like, they don't even want you to thrive.
Which is why a lot of the liberal, because I think like TikTok, people don't realize, but it has a really large like conservative. I don't know if I want to ban it, but let's say there's a lot of conservative, white, and mostly racist people on that platform that will abuse any system, any like anything they can do to get a channel banned from that platform if they see that they've done something that has like slighted them in any way.
I mean, I do have to say, like I knew there were gonna be like I feel like I've seen a lot of different walks of life on TikTok.
Yeah,
like sometimes you get the most random videos of like people that you would have never, like today I saw someone who made mozzarella cheese from scratch and made a whole sandwich. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, you'll find anything on TikTok these days.
But I saw this one guy and I started watching his videos and now I follow him. It reminds me of your story that you just told. I don't know if you've ever seen Keith Lee's videos. Yeah,
Keith Lee is I've been watching him since years ago.
So I think his style is so interesting because he's very monotone, if you've noticed.
Yeah, he is.
And he just sits in this one position and he just goes, hey guys, I'm here to, like, he's just very like to the point. Like I'm going to and I like that he's now partnering up with Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
To try and basically find a restaurant in Vegas that's struggling and then help it turn it into a success. But did you see the most recent video that he put out with the food truck?
Yeah.
And how they raised $30,000 in like 2 days or a day or whatever for him. And I was like, oh my goodness. Like, I really I like that side of TikTok too. Like, I love that kind of the feel good content.
Yeah. I always watch that and I see people blowing up, but like in the back of my mind, I know how TikTok works. And that's why I also hate TikTok. I love it and hate it at the same time.
Why do you say that?
Because TikTok will see that and they'll like, I bet you eventually they're going to start suppressing his videos to where people stop following him. And because audiences nowadays don't really have a lot of loyalty and also they have a very short attention span and memory in most cases, like the moment you stop getting someone, even if you follow them and you really love what they're doing, what are the chances of you going back and being like, oh, I'm going to go and check what he's posted recently? Like how often do you go to another page that you really liked at one point and check to see if they posted something today?
Something would have to trigger my memory because otherwise I'll forget about it.
Exactly, right? And then you always get those comments where people are like, oh, I haven't seen your videos in like a year. And then you go into their account and they've been posting at literally multiple times every day.
And I'm like, oh my God, I have to catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah. This you may actually not know because I don't think this is in your For You page realm. Have you ever heard of Alex Earl and Monet?
No.
Okay, so they're two basically like they similar vibes. They do like get ready with me, makeup videos, like just lifestyle stuff. Monet is black and Puerto Rican, like very visibly person of color.
Yeah.
Alex Earl is blonde white girl. I think they're both the same age too. Monet has been putting out content for like a couple years now, and she's like pretty decent following, but not verified on TikTok. Like, she's like big enough to be invited to influencer trips and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Alex Earl came out of the woodwork. I didn't even know who she was like 2 weeks ago, but like everybody's talking about her. She's all I see on my For You page. I don't follow her, and she does the exact same content. She's verified, and she got her following grew so fast. She's basically like the next Who were the other girls that were big? The one that dances. What's her name again?
Charlie D'Amelio.
Yes, and Addison Rae.
Yeah.
She doesn't dance.
Mm-hmm.
She just does like lifestyle videos and stuff.
Yeah, I think dancing is kind of over with on that
platform. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, and honestly, like, side note,
yeah,
Charlie and Addison, like, the fact that they are literally now like so famous and so rich from doing dance videos.
Well, yeah, you know, it's still an art form in a way. It's like I'm not gonna knock
they
someone.
They weren't choreographed. They were little like whatever this is.
It's choreographed.
Amir, that's an insult to like true professional dancers. They are not professional dancers.
I believe they were dancers. Like,
were they?
Yeah, like I think she even taught classes.
What did she teach them? TikTok dances?
No. She didn't teach classes. I think one of them did. I forget who it was.
One of the, I think they're both singers. Addison has a makeup company now.
Yeah.
I think Charlie. I don't know.
It goes back to what we've even talked about this before. It goes back to what I even mentioned literally a few minutes ago. Is that you're forgetting that the biggest audience on TikTok,
Gen Z,
is white kids, white people in general.
But that's the thing. Like, all of these TikTok creators that are huge they're all white. I don't know a single black person who's like that level famous on TikTok.
Yeah, and it also goes into like TikTok's algorithm it has been known to be racist and suppresses videos that it shouldn't be, and like will literally not demonetize, but restrict, but like even delete people's videos or not allow them to upload it for no other reason that they can find other than the fact that they're black.
We need one of our own working at TikTok.
Huh?
We need one of our own working at TikTok so they can just,
well, TikTok's owned by China, so that's why it might be banned. So that's, go follow us on YouTube. So, subscribe on YouTube so you can also see our YouTube shorts, because I feel like people are eventually gonna realize the issues with TikTok and things are gonna move towards shorts.
But I still feel like shorts are a little limited right now, like in terms of like the functionality of it.
Yeah. So once they kind of iron that out, I feel like a lot of wherever the creators go, I feel like that's where the eyes will go, right? Or the people will go.
We'll see in the next couple years, because I feel like TikTok is not going to be dethroned just yet.
Yeah,
they're still number
not just
one.
yet. It's going to take time.
Yeah.
But if this keeps happening, like there's going to be like a shift or not a shift, but a split. I feel like a lot of large TikTokers will start moving that. And that's what the natural flow usually is, right? You get big on TikTok and then you try and take that audience and like spread them to the other platforms where you can actually monetize correctly.
Yeah.
And actually make some type of living off of it.
Right.
Because TikTok is so like fickle and like it's so unpredictable that you can be up one day and be getting 5-10 views with 2 million followers the next day.
It's so wild.
Yeah.
I was talking to Khalid from Huddle Talk. He's been on our channel a couple times since they have their page also has TikTok.
Yeah.
And they have like maybe 10 times more followers than we do. And then, like he'd upload a TikTok and it'll get like 2 views in an hour. And he's like, what is going on? Like, what's wrong with TikTok? Why do they hate us? And I was like, did you try this trick? Did you try this? And like, I'm here trying to give him like all these tricks of like how to make your videos.
There's nothing. It's literally TikTok saying, hey, we're going to suppress this person. Because that's how they make their money, right? They suppress the channel and then they offer, or they have offers for boosting your pages.
Yeah.
So people will pay to boost their page. So that's a big, it's how they make their money. It's
just business.
It's business. At the end of the day, it's just business.
Shady, but.
Yeah, it's very shady. But
I don't know.
Unless you like vote with your eyes, because you can't really vote with your dollar by paying. So you got to vote by like moving to different platforms. But I don't think a lot of people are going to do that. As long as they're getting their content, they're satisfied. Yeah,
but I mean, like a lot of TikTok videos are repurposed onto Instagram too.
Yeah, exactly. So that's
why Instagram is the petty, like frenemy that goes, you know what, TikTok, if your logo is on these videos, it's not going to be shown.
Yeah. Well, what can you do, man? You just gotta play a game. We're doing this for the fun of it anyway, so I don't have to worry about it.
Exactly. If you listen to our last week's episode, we did speak about monetizing our channel, potentially quitting our jobs, how we felt about that. So if you don't know what we're talking about right now, go to last week's video and go check it out.
We also had 1 million Scoville cream cheese.
Yeah, which you guys really seem to enjoy watching me suffer. So I don't know how I feel about that right now. Amir says that he wasn't dying, But like I saw you towards the end of the video, you were like,
yeah, because like I was hot, you know, we were all excited. I was talking, and you know, I needed to breathe in between the, you know,
someone on TikTok gave me a really good tip.
I know, breathing out.
Yeah, I was like, yo, so they're like, don't breathe in because that'll make it like hotter.
But then how do you breathe in? Oh, with your nose, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense.
But, you know, we decided that we might just have to do the hot wing challenge.
We can do the one chip challenge.
I saw. I don't know if I could do that. But let's try it. Where do you even get it from?
Probably buy it. It's probably like $100, honestly. I checked.
It's like one giant chip.
Hot ones is like $200. Yeah.
Y'all know what to do.
Exactly. You know, I'm gonna open up the donate button. You know, I think there's like a way you can donate to a channel. Like if you guys want us to do hot ones challenges, you know, click add $5-10 in there. You know,
we might just have to start doing TikTok lives.
Yeah,
just to get like people to send. You can send gifts on there. Did you know?
Yeah, and those are like money.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. Like I have to do some research on it. Like
does it work in Canada though?
That's a great question.
You know how TikTok AB was like Canadians and all that stuff. So actually it might, because I think there's this, I saw a story or maybe a story on like Indian TikTokers or like Indian influencers. And a lot of them have to go on live on different platforms because advertisers don't want to a lot of these companies are American based, so they don't want to advertise to Indian people because a lot of products they're advertising are like American centric. So the way that, and so their revenue isn't really much. Even if they have millions of followers, because advertisers don't want to advertise in that country, like they make like pennies on the dime. So they have to go on live so they can get donations basically. And they basically have to like beg for donations.
Well, yeah, that's why there's like the weirdest lives ever.
Yeah.
Like there's like, have you seen the one where it's like,
that's not even in that realm. Like I'm just talking about regular influencers in other countries. Yeah, okay, because advertisers usually don't want to advertise in non-westernized countries. Like they have no choice but to move to platforms that allow them to go on live and get donations that way.
That's a little racist.
Nah, it's just, you know, business is
That's
business.
Racist.
It's business, bro.
I know, but still,
everything has a little bit of racism sprinkled in, okay? Or a lot.
but to go back to like our point, you guys want more food content? We will give you more food content.
Mukbangs and all. I've only done one mukbang in my life.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, I still haven't watched that video too.
I think I watched it.
The one with Gizman.
But sometimes I find it weird to like watch you guys because I see
exactly
you.
right.
It's just like, why am I watching? Yeah. But then I watch to support. Like I'll watch the first like 5 minutes. I like it and then I dip out of there because why am I watching? Or like, you know, when we watch vlogs of ourselves.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I'll watch to see like, did I look awkward in this?
Well, I have 2 screens on my computer, so I'm always like have something playing in the background. So I'll just play in there, listen to what's going on. Yeah. If I hear my voice, I'm like, did I say something dumb? Okay, no. And I keep going back to what I said before. That's mainly my question. Is like, did I say anything dumb?
Yeah, like I'm just trying to like analyze myself, see how I look on like in someone else's point of view. You know, when it's
no, we're good. When
it's not like when we're not controlling the narrative, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Why do people like mukbangs so much? Like I know we talked about this last time, and I know you tried to explain the concept to me, but like personally, I don't get it.
Hey, it's not for everyone. Okay,
but we have to do like we're gonna do one. Like, do you guys like those of you who are listening or watching this? Like those of you who actually enjoy mukbangs, like please. I'm really curious to know, like, what about it do you enjoy? Is it like you want to hear someone else's opinion on the food? Is it about the food, or is it just about
it's almost like a podcast? Like there's a conversation going on while you're eating as well.
But the thing that gives me the ick is like the chewing. Like, do you chew into the microphone?
No. A lot of the mukbangs I've seen, like they don't use a mic like this. Like they'll use like the camera mic. They'll have a mic attached to the camera, so it might not pick up on a lot of those smaller. Sounds.
You sound like a hamster.
Yeah. There's something else I want to talk about.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, okay, this is really annoying. So you know how I think I showed you this, but like, so they're coming out with a new Harry Potter game called like Hogwarts Legacy or something like that.
Oh yeah, you showed me that.
Yeah, and it's basically gonna be like an open world Harry Potter game or Hogwarts game. Where you can basically make your own character and like live within the world of Harry Potter, and like you become not magician, what do you call it again? A wizard. Or a witch, and you know you have fun in that world. But recently there's been a whole campaign to boycott the game.
Wait, why?
Because, so J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
So J.K. Rowling came out a few years ago as a TERF.
What's that?
A TERF is can you Google that really? So basically, she's like anti. They labeled her as anti-trans, and because of that, and she's been like donating to different organizations that would like support or not support, but like are against trans people.
I don't think TERF is the correct term.
What is a TERF? What's the definition of a TERF?
The grass thing.
No, not that. TERF.
Oh.
I think it's like trans exclusionary.
Oh. It is a person whose views on gender identity are considered hostile to transgender people. Oh, what does it stand for?
Yeah.
Trans exclusionary radical feminist.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not.
Yeah, because her whole thing is that like trans women are not women. Like because women have an experience that trans women can never have, so she doesn't consider them to be women. If that makes so, that was her whole thing.
Why'd she even speak about it?
I don't know. Something she was passionate about, I guess. I'm not sure, but because she's definitely passionate about it because she's like donated to organizations that maybe push that ideology or that thing. Okay. And because of that, because of her views on that, like, remember a few years ago, or maybe in a couple of years ago, like last year, they came out with a documentary where they basically got all of the former Harry Potter actors and they brought them back to like the set and they had them all like interact and like give interviews and talk, and they did a few like basically it was like a reunion.
Oh, I don't think I saw that.
Well, in the reunion, J.K. Rowling was not invited to it.
She wrote the book.
Exactly, right? So, and it was because of her views on that. So, first off, my thing is that, like, do you believe that? Because my thing is that, like, just because someone has different views from you, do you feel like they should be excluded and chastised for having those views just because you don't also believe in them, and, like, they should be essentially canceled for those?
It depends, because like that's why I asked you, like, why did she speak on this? Because like if you're just agreeing to disagree, that's one thing, right? But if she's gonna spew her ideologies constantly and make other people feel uncomfortable, then I can understand why she wasn't invited or why she's being canceled.
Yeah.
But like if you think about it, like for example, at school or in the workplace, not all of your classmates, not all of your coworkers are going to have the same religious beliefs, the same ideologies, the same morals, the same value. Like no one's going to have the same exact experience as you, right? But you don't see us like segregating people in school based on their religious identities or whatever.
And their views and all that.
Like, you know, like to me, like we live in a society where multiculturalism, individualism is very welcomed, supported, encouraged, right? You can have your thoughts on transgenderism, if that's an ism, but like you can have your thoughts on that. But she knows the type of society we live in. Like, you know, you're gonna get canceled if you say anything low key problematic or high key problematic. Why spew your ideologies on like unless she was directly asked and she said, "Oh, I don't support whatever." Like, why are you speaking on it? And you can be passionate about it and not have to, like, you know the world that we live in. You know what I mean? Like, you know what you're doing. Why are you doing it? I just don't get it. I understand why she wasn't invited, though.
So, do you think, I guess, but the documentary one is the one that annoyed me.
You were annoyed that she wasn't invited?
Like, the fact that they use her... I guess it's because a lot of the actors also just didn't want to interact with her because of that. So maybe they just don't want to make it awkward. But then again, it's her platform. And then at that point, it's like, why even make the documentary? Because when they made that documentary, she has rights to all of the
I was just
Harry
gonna
Potter.
Ask you that.
Yeah, she has the rights to all of this stuff. So she's going to make money from that, whether they like it or not, because she has rights to it. And so that was the documentary. But then the game now, because she has those rights... She's not like a connect to this game in any way other than the fact that they're using the Harry Potter name and world. So like they said she had no input in like how they made the game, what the story was, any of that. Literally, they just got the rights for it.
Okay.
But just because she's gonna make residual income from that game, or like she's gonna make any amount of money. I don't know how much she's gonna make. She's gonna make some money from that game. They're basically boycotting the game and telling people not to buy it. See, like that's the thing. It's like it doesn't make sense.
I see the point though. It's like okay, the only example I have is extremely controversial.
What?
So we might have to cut it out because I feel like we're gonna get demonetized.
No, they don't demonetize by like talking out use of. Don't worry about that.
It's
Remember,
like
we should not hold back anything.
Okay, for example, those who, like for example, there's the occupation of Palestine.
Yeah.
Right, and so when you have products that say like made in Israel or whatever. You don't want to fund the Israeli government.
Yeah.
Right? So people boycott those products.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Right? But then, like, in this case, they're
So, you know what? Okay. So they do have some rights in this because essentially what they're doing is voting with their dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, and I get that.
And so they're basically saying, like, we don't support what this person's views are. So we're going to vote with our dollar by not buying the game. But the other issue is that like they're also chastising people who are choosing to buy the game and and trying to cancel the people who would eventually play it and buy it.
I don't agree.
Or buy it and then play it.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to force your view. Like you believe. Like let me be careful on how I say that. Just because you have certain views doesn't mean that you have to force other people or shame them for not being in line with your views.
Yeah. Like we don't force people because we're Muslim. Like we don't force people to like. Let's say people are selling Bibles, and we're Muslims. Just because we're Muslims and like we don't believe in everything that Bible has in it, whatever, we're not going to chastise people for going out and buying it. Like that's the choice they're making themselves. Yeah,
or even like just even something as simple as giving da'wah in Islam, like preaching and calling people to the religion. There's no coercion in Islam, right? Like you're not gonna hold someone to at gunpoint and be like, embrace Islam right now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like you don't. Like I don't know. I feel like those people who really try and push their views on you, and then if you don't accept that, they kind of get like some type of way, or they try to cancel you. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, and
I don't agree with that at all.
And also, like if they're doing that now, does it work like retroactively? Like does it go back? Because another example that I heard was that Lord of the Rings was written by J.R.R. Tolkien, who was also known to be I'm mixing the two worlds. But apparently he was known, hopefully I didn't get the name wrong or I didn't get the person wrong, but he was known to be like extremely homophobic. Oh, sorry, my bad. Okay, scratch that. It wasn't J.R.R. Tolkien. It was, do you remember the movie Ender's Game and the book Ender's Game?
No, I don't even know what that is.
Well, there was a book called Ender's Game, and a movie was made on it. And the author of that book was known to be extremely homophobic. But they still made the movie, and people went out and still supported it and watched it. I believe it made a lot of money. I can't remember how much it made.
Scott Card.
Yeah, Orson Scott Card was known to be extremely homophobic. But that was in his time where it was more... not accepted. What do you call it? Like it was the norm back then. So like, does that mean that now we have to like people can retroactively go back and like start saying like, oh, because this person didn't support our views in a time that it doesn't make sense. Like they don't support our views now, even though they lived in a different time. Like we shouldn't support any of their products because I feel like it will start moving back because they've already done that. When it comes to like Twitter.
Yeah, but like how do you you mean like pulling up old tweets?
Yeah, like pulling up old tweets.
And then canceling them now?
Yeah, and they've done it also for hundreds of years back where they'll take down like statues of presidents because they at one point owned slaves, where in a time where almost everyone who was white had some connection to the slave trade. So it's like where does it stop essentially? Because I feel like, okay, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, as society moves towards being more like having a more progressive mindset and more progressive thinking, and just moving to more towards the left, these social concepts are going to be pulled apart more. So, let's say, for example, I feel like I keep relating it to school, but like that's where you learn a lot of things, right? So let's say you're in a class and you're doing history and they're talking about some random white guy from the past, and then all it takes is a quick little Google search. Oh, this person was a slave owner. Excuse me, I don't want to learn about this person anymore. Like it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
And I think that the power of the internet is what's getting us to that point. Like that's the bigger picture, right? Like without the internet, how are we able to dig up people's past tweets or so I don't know if like retroactive canceling even works. I mean, I think it kind of does.
Yeah, even if it didn't work, it just doesn't make any sense at that point, because you're now like judging people that by the views you have now, when they lived in a completely different time where like those views were more accepting or more the norm back then.
Well, the concept of canceling is I feel like there's layers to it, right? Like the first thing is holding that person accountable, right? Because you're calling them out. And then the second thing is that if they're dead, they're dead, right? Like if it's like an old tweet, but if they're still alive and they have some sort of platform, it's dethroning them from that platform, because they're saying like, hey, maybe at the time, like this is still wrong, whether it was 10 years ago or today, but you should be, I feel like we're holding people with influence to a high standard. Like they should just be very morally correct, very PC, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that one, they dethrone them, they're holding them accountable, and then they are like really just denouncing whatever it is that they said. So canceling can come in different forms. And I think if it's like a retroactive canceling for something that someone did in the past, I think it's just shedding light on it now. Yeah,
and I think it's actually the point that I kind of missed there, and I want to point out, is that it's not the fact that they're canceling, like in this case, Orson Scott Card. They're like canceling anyone who would take his work and try and adapt anything from it, if that makes sense. So like even though he's already dead and he had those views, they would then say like if anyone wants to take his Ender Games book, let's say there's a sequel to it, and they wanted to make a movie of that, even though they don't support any of his views and they just like the story and they wanted to take that and make something out of it, like they would go after that person for doing that.
Why?
And that's essentially what's happening now with the
Harry
Potter game, where she has no connection to it other than the fact that she might make some money from it.
So they're canceling because they don't want her to make money.
Yeah, it's exactly. Even though the people who made it are completely supportive of their lifestyle or views or whatever.
But think of it this way, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like you said before, you're voting with your dollar.
Yeah.
Consumers have the power to do that, right? Like if they don't believe in you, like they can believe in the product all they want. It could be a great product.
Yeah.
But if the person who made the product is a piece of shit, then they choose to not support you because of that, then the power is up to them, really. They're the ones with the money.
I just wish the internet was better at picking its battles.
I know, but like think of it this way, right? Like celebrities are only celebrities because of the people that support them.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know what's the most messed up thing?
What?
Like this whole thing is happening. Like did you hear what's happening with like Brad Pitt? Like Brad Pitt is like, he's an abusive guy. Like he's abused Angelina Jolie. He's abused his kids, both physically and verbally. Like there's this whole case now that he's being charged for, where he basically like choked Angelina Jolie on a plane.
Oh my
God. Like almost beat up his kids on there. And like literally last week, I saw people making jokes with him at the Golden Globes, and he's just sitting there chilling. So I don't know. The internet just that's what annoys me the most. The internet just like they're going after a game company when you got like people like this out here being praised for their work.
It's because he's a white man in Hollywood.
Yeah, it always goes back to racism, doesn't it?
White men, no. It's like specifically, white men in Hollywood can get away with murder. Like literally can get away with murder.
Yeah.
So that's honestly my only answer to that.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty messed up though. Like I have goosebumps.
You didn't know about that?
No, I actually didn't.
Yeah, he's like super abusive because when he ever drinks or whatever. But I'm not saying that's an excuse, but like, apparently he's just super not together.
That's
but he's like, whenever anything comes out like that, the stories are suppressed as much as, even if it's against someone who's literally one of the biggest movie stars of our time, Angelina Jolie.
Mm-hmm.
This is her versus him. And it still did, like, once it started catching some type of traction, it was suppressed like crazy.
His PR team must be like amazing.
No, Hollywood just doesn't like going after their legends, I guess, or their like.
Is Johnny Depp considered
pillars.
a legend? Because I feel like that Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp was like
Mm-hmm.
huge. Like people were watching this trial like it was, the O.J. Simpson trial.
Yeah, Johnny Depp's up there, I think.
Comparable to Brad Pitt though?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, so
But like Brad Pitt also is known for not only his acting but just being like a super handsome dude.
I don't think okay, maybe he's like,
yeah, it's preferences, just,
I know.
Yeah, for me it's like it just looks like another white dude, man. It's
Yeah, honestly.
nothing special here.
Honestly, but I mean to each their own. So
Yeah, so that was just something that was annoying me, because I want to buy that. I'm gonna go buy that game myself.
I know
okay?
you are. I know you are.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of people still will support it. Like,
yeah, I was gonna buy it or I was gonna play it, either way, but because I'm just a nerd like that, and I want to get in that world.
But I think Harry Potter, like the franchise, is too big to ever be canceled because of J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, like they're actually talking about making sequels for that movie. Like they're starting to they're thinking of making a reboot of the Harry Potter movies,
Why?
which I don't think they should do.
Why though?
Because they want to make more money. Of course, that's the only reason.
Like they would have the same actors?
No. Like the actors, they said they're not coming back. Like Daniel Radcliffe was like, I'm not coming back. Emma
Watson.
Not Emma Watson. Is Emma Watson?
Yeah, Hermione.
Yeah.
Emma
Okay,
Watson.
Emma Watson. I was like, is it Emma? I can't remember for a second. Emma Watson's like, yeah, I'm done with that series or things because they've grown up.
Yeah.
They've grown up at this point. They're done.
Yeah.
But there was like talks of them like rebooting the whole Harry Potter season and remaking the movies.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like don't touch what's.
The only way that I would encourage it if it was like if Harry Potter came out as an animated movie and then they decided to do like real like live action.
Oh yeah.
Then I'd be like, yeah, you should totally do that. It's
exactly.
Cool.
Because they did try and do like new sequels with Fantastic Beasts, but they weren't really like the best movies. Like it just didn't catch the vibe like the original Harry Potter movies, and they weren't as successful. I think like the third one was like, or was it second or third one? The latest one that came out like didn't make the most money.
I didn't even know. I've heard of.
Yeah, I didn't even know that
Beasts.
they were coming out, right?
Like I've heard of it, but I didn't care to watch it. I'm not gonna lie.
See, so that's why the audience was like, "I'm good." You guys made such good. They made such a good series that people were satisfied at the end and like were kind of done with it. It was like complete, and then they can just go back if they want to scratch that Harry Potter itch. They don't need the new movies. They can just go back to the old ones.
Yeah, now talking about it is kind of putting me in the mood to watch all the movies again.
Yeah.
Are they on Netflix? Or Disney?
They're on Disney.
All
no. Right. Netflix.
All of them? No, Netflix.
So yeah, because
it's
Universal.
Couple.
It's Universal, so it wouldn't be. Oh, they're on HBO.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll watch it on there.
Yeah, like I always get nostalgic for movies like that. Like I was watching a TikTok where these guys were putting together the Millennium Falcon. Millennium Falcon?
It sounds familiar.
It's a ship that Han Solo and Chewbacca fly in Star Wars.
Oh yeah. That flat looking.
Yeah, exactly that one. Like so I don't know, Lego sets, especially Star Wars Lego sets are like the biggest hype for a Star Wars fan because not the biggest hype, but like they're sought after by so many like Star Wars and Lego fans that like they go for hundreds of dollars, and they got the Millennium Falcon, which is like multiple hundreds of dollars. But it literally takes if it was you as an individual, it would probably take you months to put together. But these guys,
how big is it? Is it big? Like life size?
Yeah, it's like at least like half a meter wide and like a meter in length, or like maybe 3/4 of a meter in length. It's big.
Dang.
Yeah, but these guys were like, "Nah, we're gonna do this all in one day." So what they did is they literally start at like 8 a.m. and they put on the first Star Wars movie. Oh, am I boring you with Star Wars now?
No, okay. The coffee just pretty weak. Tim's, I'm disappointed.
No, but they got the. Wait, was it not good?
No.
Oh yeah, because they kind of cheaped out on the coffee and gave her like half of it.
Yeah, like I'm never going to Tim's again.
No, you're not gonna. Liar.
Yeah, that's a lie.
That's a lie.
I'll be back here next week with Tim's.
Exactly. And with the lipstick all over it.
I know.
It's like a bloodbath on there. What is that?
I wonder if you guys can catch it on camera, but like, look at that. It's pretty nasty still.
We caught it on camera last week.
Yeah, I saw that.
From there.
Let me not disgust you guys, and I'll just turn it around.
Yeah,
anyway.
but basically they like started. It was 4 of them. They started putting together. They were watching all the Star Wars movies from like episode 1 all the way to episode 6 because the last 3 don't count. But they got through like I think they went from 8 a.m. and they didn't finish until I think 8 a.m. the next day, to the point where like at like 4 a.m. a couple of the guys like knocked out. They're like, we can't do this. And then like there's 2 guys left in the end. It was a whole series. Like the whole Star Wars side of TikTok was like rooting for these guys because he was giving updates. He was giving updates like every few hours of what they were doing.
Was it a challenge? Like they had to complete it in 24 hours?
I think they just wanted to do it because it was like, it was like, it's just like it's a bonding moment. You know how like guys have moments, what you girls do, you like talk, that was our bonding moment. That's like every guy's dream of a bonding moment.
Just building together, a Lego set for 24 hours.
Hey, all the guys listening, the like 10 guys who are listening to this.
No, I feel like our demographic.
Okay, yeah, we have a pretty good. But the guys know, like when you have something like that where you're all passionate about like a certain thing and you can just like chill together for hours, watching your favorite movies and just putting it together and like working as a team, like that's something they will remember for the rest of their lives.
Oh my. That's like the ultimate nerd, honestly.
But every guy will relate to this. Like that's something that you wish to with like every dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you would wish
like get your boys together. It doesn't matter what you're doing together, but when you can get your boys together and like just chill for like a whole day or a whole night.
Uninterrupted, right?
Uninterrupted, watching your favorite movies or watching your favorite thing, just chilling and have like some task to complete. That's why guys like building a lot of stuff together. Like building... That's why men like building houses. It just gives you, I don't know, it gives you something to do together. It's like a project.
Hey, you want to go build a house?
Yeah, that's how the first house was built. 2 guys are just bored. They're like, I'm done with like living in the side of a mountain or something. I want to go visit. I don't know. Even my mic was like, stop talking, bro. He's like, moved away from my mouth.
I mean, that's interesting, but okay. Interesting.
Yeah, all the guys will understand what I'm talking about. Why is this like not holding properly?
Yeah, you messed it up.
Get this off.
You messed it up.
1 second. Okay, you know what?
Let's take we should take a break.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to take a quick break here and try to fix my damn mic here.
I was just going to ask you.
Oh, and we're back.
Oh, yeah, we're back.
Okay.
Because I know you're a huge fan of Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what is your comfort movie? Because I saw this
comfort movie.
Yeah, like do you have one?
Comfort movie. I have comfort series like my Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter.
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings is probably like.
Is your comfort movie?
Yeah. Or Ghibli? No, any like Studio Ghibli movie, like Spirited Away. Or like not Great with Flowers. Sorry, okay,
that's not your comfort movie at all. That's not your comfort.
Actually,
movie.
funny enough, like I recently started getting like TikToks of people like rediscovering it again.
Really?
And like all the comments are like literally never watching this again. Like this is a one and done kind of movie.
Actually, you sent me one.
Yeah. Okay. So I sent you one there, and like I saw when I got that on TikTok.
Yeah.
Of course, for some reason YouTube picked up on it too. So I got like a suggestion of these 2 guys it was like 2 therapists reacting to the movie.
Did they cry?
They already watched it before. They've watched it before, so they knew but you can tell like the guy was still choking up, just trying to explain like, because they're therapists, so they're trying to explain like the mentality behind it, or also just give a little history lesson of what's going on around time and what's the inspiration, all that stuff. But even at that point, you can tell like they were getting choked up from it too.
Side note. We still need to do another reaction video to an anime movie.
Yeah, we kind of gaslight y'all on that.
I know. We asked for suggestions. We got so many.
No, I have so many to show you.
Ones that are going to make us cry? Like Your Name.
Not going to make you cry. Like Your Name is good.
Is that the one that you once showed me the trailer and you're like, this is so good, you would like it?
Yeah, either that one or Weathering with You. One of those two.
Oh.
They're made by the same studio.
Studio Ghibli?
No. It's made by a different studio. But that studio is also like, they're starting to get to the same level, at least in my eyes, to Studio Ghibli when it comes to like the elevation of animation with story.
Can I ask you a really dumb question?
What?
What do you mean by studio?
What do you mean studio? What?
You're just talking about studio, like the studio, this studio.
Yeah, like
that.
Studios, like Universal and like Sony.
There are
Sony
multiple
Studios.
for anime?
Yeah, Disney is a studio. They made animations. You didn't know what studios were?
No, like I thought it was like specific to anime, so I just wanted to clarify.
Oh no, it's the same thing as like industry term studio. It basically means like an area where the whole team gets together and makes whatever they're making.
Like artists and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So really though, like Lord of the Flies,
Grave of the Fireflies.
Lord of the Rings is your comfort movie?
Yeah, like it's nostalgic because I watched it when I was young, right?
Wow, we have very different.
What's your comfort movie?
I was gonna say like Home Alone.
I actually have like no connection to Home Alone.
Neither do I. I don't celebrate Christmas, but
but like no connection as in like I don't.
You remind me of Kevin.
What?
Yeah, he loved chocolate chip cookies. He loved being on his own and just exploring. That's literally you.
Yeah.
Like you, if you watch it. I don't remember.
Oh, A Christmas Story. I know we don't celebrate
What movie is
Christmas.
that?
Huh? It's the one where the kid gets his tongue stuck to the pole.
I have like a very
and then he's like, and they're like, you're gonna shoot your eye out when he gets a BB gun, and he actually almost shoots his eye out. You don't remember that A Christmas Story?
No.
Google it right now.
Is it like live action?
Even Muslims know A Christmas Story.
I clearly don't. It's called A Christmas Story?
Yeah, search A Christmas Story when you see it. And then the dad, he gets like a lampshade in like the form of a lady's leg that's wearing pantyhose.
I've never watched this. And his
wife's like, why would you buy this?
I have never watched this.
Let me see, make sure I got it. And it's the kid with the glasses, right? Yeah!
I've never seen this movie.
I think, and the kid's like on the slide with Santa, and then Santa's like, get out of here. And he like kicks him and he goes down. And then I think even that was Home Alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Home Alone, the Lizzie McGuire movie.
Yeah. We were so indoctrinated into like Christmas movie stuff back in the day.
Yeah, we really were.
Our whole childhood is like.
I was really out here singing Christmas carols with the choir.
Remember how they used to? Did they do this to you guys where they would get remember the weird projectors? Not projectors, but like they were like projectors.
What are they called? Hold on.
They had like a light on them.
Yeah, that was like freaking like 90s.
Yeah, it was like the analog version of a projector before the digital versions came out. But essentially, they would take that thing and they would go into the gymnasium and they would project the lyrics onto a wall, and they would get every kid in the school to sit in the gymnasium on the floor and just like belt out Christmas carols for hours. And I was there with them. Hey, when you grew up, we knew the country. We were trying
overhead projector.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We go mad for those things, man.
let me tell you, okay?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
The first time I've ever been to the movie theater, you know what movie I watched?
Which? The Grinch. Yeah, I knew it.
That's also my comfort movie, though. The one with is it Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey, yeah.
Yo,
the funny thing is, I was just gonna mention that when you mentioned. Oh my god!
I made my dad take me because I knew my mom wasn't gonna take me. Yeah, my mom was like, "Hell nah." So he took me and like. Remember when our dads would secretly take us to McDonald's?
Yeah. Oh.
So he got me McDonald's. He's like, don't tell your mom.
Our parents were crazy.
I walked home. I was so excited, and she's like, "What did you watch?" I was like, "How the Grinch Stole Christmas." And she's like, "Why would you take her to a Christmas movie?"
If you think about it, it's like a perfect Muslim movie, man. We're trying to ruin Christmas for all the people.
Honestly, though, that movie, that was another. Why are all the Christmas movies our comfort movies?
See, I'm telling you, they indoctrinated us as children. They did, man. Like, I could probably still like belt out all the Remember, there was the other one with the animated characters. That Christmas movie.
Which one's that?
I think it's because okay. People are like probably listening.
You know what
it
is?
Astaghfirullah. Okay, guys, remember we were kids. Okay,
you know what? You know what it was? It's because we actually never celebrated Christmas, right?
Yeah.
But we like saw it in school, and it's like we never got to actually experience it for what it was. So it was always romanticized. Is that the right word? Romanticized.
Yeah, but the thing is, I never wanted to celebrate Christmas. Dude, don't tell me, Sarah.
I never celebrated. I was curious.
You wanted like the tree and the presents? I
well,
didn't want
don't you
any
remember
of
my
that.
neighbors? They had the talking. Okay, that was kind of scary.
Oh yeah, the talking tree. They would go.
I think it's like a motion sensor.
Yeah.
So you walk by, and then the eyes just pop up, and it scares the shit out of you.
Oh, that was crazy, man. But like, I never wanted.
Really, you never had FOMO?
Presents. No, not really, because also Eid was around that time too when we were kids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we kind of had our own thing. We would even tell the kids like, yeah, we have Eid. You know, it's like basically like Christmas for Muslims or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so like I just was excited to like take part in like just having fun with kids. It was just the spirit of being a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, you didn't know any better. You didn't know
yeah,
any
we
better
honestly just didn't. And then obviously as we got older, we're like, oh, we're not supposed to celebrate Christmas. Gotcha.
Yeah. But you know, they made good movies. Okay, The Grinch was a good movie.
They did.
Like
it was
side of push aside the whole Christmas part of it. It's a good movie. Okay.
You know what song is like, now stuck in my head?
What?
You know when Cindy Lou Who sings, "Where are you, Christmas?"
Why do I have a faint like?
It's when the Grinch stole Christmas and like all the lights were gone, and she's like, "Oh my God, where's Christmas?" Literally, she starts singing it.
Do I remember that? The part that I remember is when like she got to his heart and like that whole animation where like it went and it showed through his heart and you see like his heart like start growing. It's just like a black thing. That's like one of the images that like pops into my brain when I think of the Grinch movie.
Mine is when he's like looking through his closet trying to find something to wear and he goes, "I don't have anything to wear," and then all the girls around the world are like, "We can relate."
No, that was funny, and he's like completely naked in it too. Yeah, I remember that scene too. That was, it was a good movie.
It was. But how do you not like Home Alone? You didn't like that one?
No, I liked it, but like, it's not a comfort movie. For me, the comfort movies were like that, and there's probably more like that I just haven't gone back to. Because when you say comfort movies, I'm thinking of something that I've constantly or regularly gone back to and rewatched.
Yeah.
And for me, it's usually a series. Because whenever I want to rewatch something, I want to watch like something for a long period of time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I remember you and Aisha had a Harry Potter phase a couple years ago.
Yeah, where we rewatched all of them.
Yeah, and you came over and you wanted to watch like the 5th movie. I was like, no, start it from the beginning. Yeah. I want to watch movie number 1.
Yeah, we just it's like rewatching things like that.
I'm gonna start watching Harry Potter again
because you know that there's like more to it. Like when you watch a comfort movie, just like where there's one.
Yeah.
Then I don't know. You just feel like empty, and you're like.
No, but you know what it is. Mm-hmm. When you grow up watching a movie and you watch it like as you age, you notice different things about it. Oh, you know what's a really big comfort movie for me? 101 Dalmatians, the live action.
It wasn't really into. Oh, live action?
Yes.
The live action came out like 3 years ago.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did.
Amir, I grew up watching
Emma Watson. Not Emma Watson. Emma Chamberlain. Emma.
No, that's the Cruella de Vil.
Stone.
That's Cruella de Vil. That's different.
There was a live action. Oh,
yeah. Remember, I had the VHS.
Yes.
The way you're like, you have to like catch your breath.
Yeah. Okay. I just remembered that one. Yeah.
Don't you remember? Like, I probably watched that 101 times. Like, I'm not even joking.
You took the name for a series.
Because I don't know why, but we had the VHS. So growing up, like, I would constantly watch it over. That and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Do you remember that movie?
That's a comfort movie.
I love that one.
It's not something I've gone back to regularly, but like if someone were to put it on, I will sit through it and watch the whole thing without any issues.
That movie made me be not afraid of Daddy Longlegs. Remember there's a Daddy Longlegs.
Not afraid of them?
Yeah. Sorry, no. Afraid of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I developed like a full-fledged phobia.
How about ants?
No, I was never afraid of ants.
Actually, ants were technically one of them were their friend in that movie. Remember how they ride the ants?
No, you're talking about Honey,
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, no. Oh, the one that I watched was Honey, I Shrunk Myself, where the parents shrink.
Oh, I'm thinking the one with the kids.
They made like different variations of that movie.
Yeah, Honey, I Shrunk Myself was probably like the second one.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm thinking of one of the kids where they're like in the Cheerios and Dad's about to eat the Cheerios and they're all like, and then he like pulls it up and he sees them.
I think I did see that.
Yeah.
I need to watch that.
And then
again.
and there's one point I forget how they get like lost in the grass, and because they didn't want to step on the kids, he makes a contraption that like lets him like not sit but like lay across the grass but suspended, so he can kind of like use a magnifying glass and look for them. You don't remember the scene?
No, I need to watch that movie. It's been a very long time.
Grease Screen will take care of all that.
But like 101 Dalmatians?
Yeah, we're making way too many references. I don't want to edit all this stuff in here.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to start looking for all these clips. Like,
my file's gonna be like full of all these references.
Damn it.
Yeah,
just find the movie poster.
No, I always have to find the clip, man. If we're talking about it, yeah, I'm gonna try hard. Okay. Yeah, another long night of editing.
And, okay, one last reference.
Yeah,
it's not a movie though.
Yeah,
but you know the thing I sent you earlier today?
What?
That weird video, the commercial.
Oh yeah,
that used to be a comfort commercial.
We talked about that.
But it
was a comfort for you?
Yeah. Like actually.
Okay, what we're talking about is there was like a stop
in the 90s.
What was it to stop?
It was like to tell kids
putting
like
stuff in their mouth.
Yeah, don't take candy from strangers and like eat random things.
Yeah, it's like don't you put it in your mouth? Don't you put it in your mouth?
Till you ask someone you love.
Ask someone you love.
If it's okay to eat like a muffin or a beet.
Yeah, that's I remember.
A muffin or
a beet? It's like you might get sick. Real quick.
I don't even remember how the words go.
Real sick. Real quick. Every Canadian will know exactly what we're talking about.
Oh, was that only like a Canadian commercial?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, it's so like
random.
It's so random.
Yeah. Because, like, everyone else was animals, but what were the kids supposed to be? They were just blue people.
And did you notice, like, towards the end?
Yeah.
They had, like, a beet and a potato?
Nah.
No,
did they have eyes on them? Like, were they anthropomorphic?
No, it's like a full, just, like, vegetable, just, like, floating in the background. So random.
Yeah, I gotta pull that up, too. That's like a Canadian history moment. You know how
or like that tiny hippo,
the house hippo, where people actually thought there was a house hippo. We talked about that before too. Yeah,
I used to look for it all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, and then they had like the dust bunny thing that they talked about.
I remember the dust bunnies too. Man, I don't know. Canadian TV is weird.
Yeah, you know, we had a very interesting history because like it was such a small country.
Canada?
Yeah. Like small, like population.
Yeah. Anything could go on TV.
But like because of that, I feel like all of us got the same shows, the same like commercials.
Well, Canada, like the broadcasting was also like we had like 2 or 3 channels, so everybody saw the same thing.
Exactly, but I feel like in America, the people in New York, I feel like got a very different TV childhood experience than the people in California.
Yeah.
But in Canada, I feel like the people in like Toronto here got a very similar experience to like the people in Vancouver or the people in like PEI or Halifax, all those places.
You know? Okay, so like to really go back to our first original point of this episode about TikTok and how it really exposes us to things that like we never would have seen otherwise. It also makes you realize that like a lot of people have lived the same childhood. And you know, I actually got Canadian TikTok where someone was like, do you guys remember when they pushed that one, like that version? Because I don't know, Canadians who are listening to this, did your high school ever play like, or school in general play different versions of O Canada?
Oh, I know which one you're going to say.
Bum, 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 bum. Literally. I love that one. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, Canada. That was so like that was a pretty lit remix. Yeah, not gonna lie.
There's got to be black people who sang that.
No,
are you sure? Actually, yeah, it was probably a quartet.
Yeah, it sounds like a quartet.
It sounds like a quartet.
It had harmonies.
I can see them like with the hats and everything.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, but like when I saw that, and it was someone from like PEI or something.
What?
I was like,
I mean, like the person who posted it was from PEI.
Yeah. So I was like, they played that there too. Like I thought that was just like a Scarborough thing.
I told you, small country, small population, so they didn't have much. Like maybe they didn't invest as much into entertainment, so like they didn't make as many things out there.
I guess so.
Yeah, which is why. But we had a lot of shows too. Like I didn't realize how many shows we had. Like we had
that were Canadian.
Yeah, we had Jacob Tutu, Yvonne of the Yukon, the Ants one. What was the Ant one?
Ants one.
Yeah.
Ants in your pants.
Ants in your pants.
That's That wasn't its own show. That was part of Tree.
Was that part of
64 Zoo Lane?
Was it part of 64 Zoo Lane?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, how about the Big Blue
Bear in the Big Blue House?
Bear in the Big Blue House. That was
Family
Channel. If that was Family Channel, that means Americans got it too.
No, Family Channel was Canadian.
What was on Treehouse? Oh, Lunette the Clown, of course. Classic.
Yeah,
that's
classic.
Always.
Oh, that was my favorite.
Yeah, even Drake like always puts up throwbacks of Lunette the Clown.
Does he actually?
Yeah.
Oh.
He always puts like every once in a while he put like the OG. Never forget.
She taught all the kids how to do yoga.
Yeah, for real.
The way that her legs were going around as the clock.
And she still looks exactly the same. Eh?
Does she?
Yeah.
I haven't seen her in a while.
Well, she didn't age.
You know who came up on my For You page?
Who?
Do you remember the sister from Even Stevens? Ren. Is her name Ren?
Yeah.
Yeah, she came out. I was like, whoa, I haven't
really?
seen her in so long.
Oh, yeah, she has her own...
podcast.
Yeah, I saw that. She started one with the other Even Stevens character. No.
She interviewed the girl from Zoe 101, the friend, the roommate.
Oh, I don't know.
Nicole.
Yeah, did she like air out all the beef with like?
Yeah, not with Jamie Lynn, but the one who played like Dana.
Yeah, because they hated each other, didn't they?
Yeah,
and they wouldn't like want to be on set or whatever.
She hated them and she would bully them basically, or bully her.
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
No, but like I knew about the whole beef just randomly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, I don't pay attention to gossip or whatever.
It's okay. I pay attention to the pop culture, but
I feel like we like covered the whole spectrum of things.
This is something for everyone in this episode.
Yeah.
So you know what to do, okay? We're gonna be investing in the Hot Wings challenge and the One Chip challenge. So like this video.
Hot Ones challenge, by the way. No,
sorry, is it not called Hot Wings?
Hot Ones.
Oh.
Yeah, Hot Ones is like the people. It is Hot Wings technically, but you know they do have vegans on there. Sometimes they have nuggets and all that stuff.
Oh.
But the actual challenge is the Hot Ones challenge.
Gotcha. My bad. Hot Ones challenge. So like this video, leave us a comment, subscribe if you will, turn on the bell notification.
Yeah, if you have a nostalgic movie or just any movie, your comfort movie that you like going to, just leave it in the comments. Let us know.
Maybe we'll watch it.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see.
Huh? Oh no, I don't know about watching it.
I mean,
I just want to see what it is. Okay,
I watch it.
Yeah, comment on it. Okay, don't put that on me. Okay, what are you talking about?
No, we're gonna watch it.
Now you're saying we're gonna watch it?
I mean,
nah. That's
all right,
not
just
how
let us know.
Okay,
we'll
guys,
decide later.
Nah, yeah, we're gonna decide later.
Okay,
but we'll talk to y'all later. Okay,
bye.
But wait,
sorry.
But
subscribe. Love you guys. Bye.